Just go get a bucket from the garage and just sit on it. What happens, happens.
Ooh.
It wouldn't be the first time. Welcome. Welcome back to another episode of Pine Stars. This is Pine Stars episode 10. We made it to double digits, fellas. We made it to double digits. Pine Stars, we are here to recap and
We
talk
back,
about
bitches.
about the University of Indianapolis baseball team, recap last weekend's play, and look at the week ahead. Shoot the shit and catch up with some old Greyhounds. So, with me as always, I have Brian Tyrannosaurus Rimke and Kurt Brabender. I am Brad Bates, and we are looking now at moving into the Midwest Regional in the NCAA Division II playoff series, coming off the GLVC tournament. Um, T-Rim, can you talk to me a little bit about the last weekend while they were playing over in Marion, Illinois in the tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. So opened up game one against Drury. They sold you the whole seat, but you only needed the edge. Got out to a nice start. Decided extras would be more fun. We went all knotted up at 8 after 9, and then the Hounds were able to get one across on the most popular play in baseball. Scored on a pass ball in the 11th to take the lead, and then
It's
our
honest
man
work.
Frankie Clem came in, and shut the door. So got off to a good start with a little bit of excitement there in game one. Game two, a little bit of the opposite. Gave up two in the first, and then kind of got hot in the middle of the game. Ended up 7-2 lead before the end of the game. Kind of got away from them. Went down 10-7 and against Umsel. Came back same day. Another round with Drury. Got off to a good start, 4-0 out of the gate. Kind of went back and forth, and then into the game, gave up 8 runs over the last 4 frames, ended up going down 10-8. So 3 games in the tournament, lots of offense, but just not enough to move on in the tournament.
Kind of kind of just sounds like just shit in the bed is kind of what would you say, like especially having leads in both of the last two games. That kind of sucks. But
Yeah,
what the hell? You
yeah,
go
it
one
was
and
a
two, um, and you're still by the graces are moving on to the regional. So sorry, I cut you off.
no. I think if you look at the three conferences that feed into this regional, GLVC is probably the deepest. So you look at kind of what went on with the tournament. I don't think anybody had S&T coming through the conference tournament winning that one. That was kind of a surprise. So Lewis was top ranked team. They went 2-Q.
Right.
So I don't think the conference tournament went by anybody's expectations. But then you can also look at it as it's been a long season, and I think the Hounds are battle tested. Played the best competition of anybody going to this region. So hey, this is a new season, so give it hell.
I think you can look back too on maybe some of the previous seasons too when UND's kind of I don't want to say skated in, but got into the regional and then ended up winning it and going the show, right? I think people
Yeah.
kind of count them out as well. Weren't maybe that deep in certain positions. Maybe another repeat of that. What we've seen in the past.
Yeah. No, absolutely agree. There's we could call up SIU Edwardsville. Nobody had them circled there in our 51 win season, and I mean we were the team to beat. So it's not it doesn't once you get in, it doesn't really matter what you did to get there.
Yeah, and
That's right. It's an 0-0 season, right?
And the thing about it is, you go in and especially the way that this offense can work now. they give up some runs, kind of that old motto of give up 14, so well, we better score 15. But they'll give up some, but these guys can knock it around too. I think playing up to the competition, they've got a puncher's chance, man. And you go out there and knock some teams out, like
Hmm.
and swing for it and have at it and just really let it cut loose. Have fun. I think we were talking about this before. Like you're playing with house money. What do you got to lose? Go out there and just play out and see what comes of it because hell, I'm guessing a lot of them on the team, as well as some of us, were thinking they had no chance of getting in.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, we did say needed some help from the other conferences, right? And I think those other conferences, like Brian alluded to, maybe aren't the strongest and have the strongest strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Different for the Hounds and in the GLVC. Now, it'd have been nice to maybe have a couple more wins just to solidify that getting into the conference tournament. I said, I'll admit, I said, hey, they need at least two to get in, otherwise they're not. Hey, the committee proved me wrong.
Yeah.
You know what this like, but looking at these regions, so there's two Midwest regions and taking 7 teams, which is still odd, but
Right.
it's UIndy, Ashland, Davenport in Regional One. Regional Two, you got Grand Valley, S&T, Lewis, and Northwood. And so Davenport earns the bye. UIndy opens up with Ashland, and then you play it out from there. And it's just a completely different setup. It almost has like that super regional feel with 3 teams in it. Um,
Mm.
Again, I think puncher's chance, like you're in, and I know there were some guys that threw a ton in those 3 games. You think about the old Honey Badger and Frankie Clem especially threw a lot of innings. You got a little time off, but we're old Snow hasn't pitched. Like kid's ready to roll. I
He's
think he
fresh.
I think he gets on the mound. Yeah, and just let it rain.
Feel a mid-May blizzard coming.
I Davenport, that weather's unpredictable.
So I did notice, and this is what I was going to think about and talk about earlier. So looking back at UND's schedule, they played Davenport and they played Grand Valley already this year. Now they played them right in the middle of that real bad 10 lost 10 out of 11 snap that they went on. And I think about what kind of ball club they were
Hmm.
at that point compared to what kind of ball club we are now and kind of the development of this team throughout the year. I mean, I think Bodie coming on and clicking and a lot of these guys Boss and Hoot getting time in there, just kind of mixing and piecing together a solid lineup. I think they're a different ball club right now. So I like their chances against even the top teams in this region.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe even those two teams they played early in the year, they didn't show them what they were capable of, right? Maybe they come in, they take them a little light. No, you don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they played their cards right.
And
Al
Kurt
knew what he
Kurt
was
called
doing.
out Kurt called out Jack Ruby. And hey, the sniper was in. Big
I
fella had
mean,
some big hits.
hit it.
Boss baby coming in, dropping some.
So I
I
want
mean,
to
I just have to
know.
say, I mean, in,
Go ahead.
until a couple weeks ago, he was never the click to pick. I
Yeah,
come on the show and the dude goes off.
yeah.
Where was I all year long for
That's our
Jack Ruby?
fault. That's our fault. That nobody
Yeah,
wears
it
the
is.
blame.
Definitely your fault. What
Well,
I
happened after Woody was on? The guy hasn't even been invited back.
yeah.
well, Woody is our lead stat researcher and historian. And nobody does that better.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
for damn sure.
The problem, I really think, is we put too much on Scotty's plate, and we ask him to produce the show. We ask him to do all these things and line up guests and do. It was just too much. And so that's when Kurt, when you got the call, that's why we keep coming back to you. You're basically our honey badger. We just
Yeah.
keep going to you.
Thanks, guys. That means a lot to me. Thanks a lot.
Yep. All right. So, well, first of all,
But
talking about Jack Ruby's home run, that one he hit in game one, I believe it was over there. I wish I could have seen it. I bet it was an absolute piss missile. Just you know what I mean? Like if you've seen the guy in person and watch him swing, like everything he hit has to be hard. Um, all right. So
You know,
that
I want to make a comparison. I think it would be similar to like the movie The Natural, right? Where he hits the home run and then it busts out the lights and he just keeps on going. And then some little kid catches a fly ball in the field. I mean, it's probably still going.
it transcended time and
yeah, I
space.
mean, hey, that day, that was game three against Jury. He hit it. He was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs.
Yeah.
But it could be argued, and maybe it still is being discussed, is that that three RBI home run may have been worth four. We just didn't get credit for it. Like it could have been a two-man on base grand slam because it was hit that hard.
Oh,
I mean, we
just
got to
giving me
talk
a
about Jesus. Yeah, because what they weren't accounting for was the guy in the trees.
Oh, you reeled us in for that one because I really was wondering where you were going with all this. But that was
I did too. I was lost.
you landed it, Sully.
Hmm.
You really flipped that plane upside down and brought it down in the river for us. Um, all right,
I'll
so
tell you, I'm
let's
still lost. I'm just acting like I get it.
The
could fall
best
into
part of
this
this
category.
podcast is Brad's frozen laughing.
Yes, yes. The guy's constantly freezing. All right, so we're going clicks to pick or picks to click, right? Who's up?
Yeah,
Is that what you were saying before you froze?
yeah.
Yeah, am I back?
Let's bring him up because you are back, and I think now it's time. Like, okay, let's think about this. We the guys that have been playing all year, we've got more guys that are getting in.
Hmm.
So the pool is getting deeper. So where do we go? Who are we riding as we go into regionals? So
So
Bates, you
I'll
want?
tell you, last week I think I was asked to pick first, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm never
Yeah,
doing that again. Didn't work
please
out
don't.
well.
Please don't.
I'm a baseball player. I'm superstitious, right? But I did for this show bring back the vintage eye, right? To maybe channel
Oh,
some
all
old
Oh,
school back in
I
the day.
love I love those hats.
right.
They were fantastic. Didn't have the flying rat on it and all that trash. Um, so
No,
Rimke, you got to go first, man. You got to go first.
All right. And these are not going to be new names. We're going with some of our tried and true, but I'm going to go with three guys that I want to throw out there.
Oh, three.
First was yeah, but bear with me because we had a superstition going on where we wouldn't say this guy's name, and
That's
then
true.
all he does is just keep rolling. So you know where we got to go. No name Nick, like he's going to be right in the middle of the thick of things. Um, he's been solid all year. He's middle of the lineup, center field. Kind of the outfield captain out there. So no name Nick. As we said all year, don't change a thing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Um,
Don't even change your
and
name, no name.
I gotta keep rolling. No, and then it's my favorite nickname. I'm still putting up Kenny two names. I just I love it.
He's a ball player.
I mean, the guy's been solid. Kind of holding down that three-hole spot behind the dish. So Kenny two names. Keep staying hot, doing your thing. But my final one, and I said this earlier, for this guy not to get an opportunity to get on the hill or in the conference tournament, somebody's got to pay for it, right? Like the bullets are just sitting there. So I'm going to go with Snow I think he's got a huge outing coming, whether he's game one against Ashland or, he's going to get Davenport in game two. But I like Snow on the bump.
All 6'8" of him, just breathing fire and throwing 13 strikeouts almost every game. I like it. I like those calls.
Yeah. And I think some new tariff deals in place. So I think we bring down the international and we get some bang for our buck here.
Pennies on the dollar. All right. So I've got two guys lined out. I really have like that I really have four that I want to call, but I'm going to stick with two. I'm going Bodie and Baby. I'm going Swayze and Boss. I think these two boppers are just going to get in there. I think Bodie, um, he's just kind of that, got that professional hitter style. He can launch a ball whenever he needs to, but he can also just knock the ball around the yard and hit some doubles and triples here and things like that. Triples, I don't know. He's kind of a bigger dude. He's pretty quick though. I bet he can leg it out. Um, and I think Boss. I mean, I think when these guys just get up, the extra base hits, they're going to be huge, and that's when you need timely base hits. And I think those two are going to have a real opportunity to either put the team in an advantaged position, whether it be taking the lead or really just blowing a lead wide open. They're going to be coming up to bat in those critical situations, and I think both of them are going to really come through for the Greyhounds this week. Those are my picks. Kurt, who
Is
you
Boss
got?
just it, well, is
Go ahead.
Boss the Matt Stairs of this team? Is he just the professional hitter?
That's
I
a
mean, the guy that's
great
coming up, he's not getting cheated.
that's a great comp. I think he Matt Stairs is a that's fantastic. That's a
All
deep, that's
right.
a B side,
Kurt
that's a B
brings
side
home.
deep cut.
So I think I've always been a little unorthodox with all my pick the clicks week in and week out. And I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stay unorthodox again this week. You don't know what I'm coming with ever, and I want to keep it that way. So I'm not picking one person. I'm not picking three people. I'm picking the bullpen. I'm picking the
Okay.
whole entire bullpen. If that bullpen can come out and maintain these leads and just mow these guys down left and right throughout this conference tournament, they're going to see another trip down to Cary, North Carolina. They come out there, I'm going to give them the nickname the Devil's Paintbrush. Devil's Paintbrush. Sit on that one. Think about it. So I'm doing the whole bullpen. All right. We're calling on these guys.
I
They're going to do it.
Okay. Hey, Kurt, that now that you're sending him out there as the devil's paintbrush, does there not need to be some sort of sacrifice made between now and game one?
I mean, what would we sacrifice here?
I don't. Do we go live animal? Is that too much? If we can't go live animal,
I mean, if you
this
can't, just go to KFC and get a fucking bucket of chicken, like Pedro Serrano.
like Joe Boo. So, but okay, Rimke, this is about the third or fourth time Rimke's brought sacrifices into the conversation on this show. So, I think there's a deeper well to dig on that one, but I would somebody's got to like shave their head or something
Well,
to be the
what did we do back in the day? Didn't we dye the hair and
yeah,
yeah,
we all
we
dyed our
went
get some
hair.
hard.
frosted tips?
Yeah. Yeah. That worked.
You know,
I don't see I you
somebody
should
do a
see the
Wigington and like just leave.
tiger stripe your beard.
Remember Wigs just
Yeah.
shaved? Yeah.
I mean, we could also do a Scott Abercrombie. We can shave half our body, right? Eyebrow, beard. I mean, just straight down the middle. Like you've got
It's like
alopecia on one half of your body and you're normal on the other half.
Oh shit. My final thoughts. Hey, good luck. Go out there and have fun, man. Play 100% because for a lot of you, this could be the last tournament you're playing your college ball years in. And you know what? What the fuck do you have to lose? Go out there, stay focused, enjoy it, and just play to win. That's all I got.
Yeah, I would echo that. Everybody's 0-0. Just go out there, play like your hair's on fire. You got nothing to lose. There's no pressure on you. Playing with a little bit of house money, so just leave it all out there, boys.
Play loose. Play loose. That's it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Make the most
Yep.
of it. Somebody get a little zen.
Put it in the foreskin. All right, gentlemen, good luck. Go out there and
Yes,
kick
sir.
some ass. We'll be behind you the whole time. We'll see you next time.
Hey, I'm looking for a trip. I want to go to Cary this year. I didn't make it last year. I had little freaking travel baseball that got in my way. This year, I'm going to make a point of it. I'm going down for a game.
It's a hell
You
of a
guys
good
get there,
time.
you're going to see my happy ass in the stands with a tape around my can. And it's going to say Coke.
See ya.